everybody, this is a tutorial video on how to make a monkey face go through different emotions. I'm going to teach you how to do a happy emotion and a sad emotion, and then how to kind of put them all together in a video. So really quickly, it might look something like this. It's a little slow because it's lagging in render view. But he goes from happy back to normal to sad. And then I did my own emotion of suspicion. So you can see the changes in the emotions and how he goes through them. So to get this tutorial started, you're going to open up a new Blender file. So you can do Control-N in general. Right away we're going to save this, so Control-S. And let's save it as monkey emotions. I'm going to call this tutorial. Make sure you're saving it in your proper folder. Mine's in my Blender animation folder. Okay, and then we are going to, actually I'm going to turn on my keys. So you can follow along with the keys that'll show up down at the bottom here. Just when I click this button, the OS key, that's the Mac version of the control key basically. So if you see that, that's control. Okay, so I'm going to go to number pad 1 to get into front view. I'm going to delete the cube, X, delete, and we're going to add, so I'm going to do Shift A, add a mesh monkey. I'm going to instantly size it up bigger, so I hit S and just make it a little bigger. And then we're also going to shade it smooth, so you can right click on it while you're in object mode still and go shade smooth, and it already looks a lot better. So this is the basic form of the monkey head. Now if you go over to the side here, there's the little green little triangle that says Object Data Properties tab. So this is where we're going to go under Shape Keys, and we're going to be making, we're going to make 4 shape keys. So if you click the plus button, this is going to be the original shape. So the reason we're going to use shape keys for this is because we want to transform between the original, which we want to keep, and then we want it to transform into happy, transform to sad, and then transform to a third emotion. So we're going to keep the basis as our basis, and then if we add another one, this is where we've added a new shape, and I'm going to change this right away to happy. And then we can make a second one, and I'm going to change that to sad. And then when you do yours, you'll also do a third one, which I'm not going to show in this video. So for the happy emotion, you're going to make sure you've got your happy shape key selected and that you've got your monkey shape selected. Now you can go into edit mode and basically just start editing the vertices. So for a happy face, we're obviously going to want to make a smile. So I'm going to select, just kind of box select around these 3 here. And then if you hit G, actually I'm going to turn on proportional editing, so this target up at the top here. So if I now hit G, I can bring part of the face along with it and turn it into a nice big kind of exaggerated smile, and do the same thing over here. And then I'm going to straighten these ones out, so I'm going to hit G, and then I'm actually going to scroll the wheel so that I get just kind of those ones to kind of straighten out there. That looks great. I might even bring these ones up a little bit more. More of a smile. There, he's looking super happy already. Maybe these ones up. So you get the idea. You kind of just play around with the vertices of the mouth. I'm going to play around with the vertices in the eyes as well. And just kind of, I'm going to bring these ones down just a little bit so his eyebrows don't look so raised. And bring these ones up maybe. Oops. And it doesn't have to be super perfect or precise, but I'm going to try and get just the corner of, I'm going to change to a circle one and hold down shift. There, so I've kind of just got that edge selected. Back to front view. Move it up. There, his eyebrows are kind of raised. That looks cute. these ones up as well. Ooh. Hold Control to delete those or unselect those. Bring that part up. Alright, so you can see we've kind of brought his face up a little bit. He looks a little bit happier. I'm going to go back to my box select. And I'm going to do the same thing with the ears. Just kind of bring the ears up a little bit, which wouldn't be a normal part of human emotion. Our ears don't really go up, but for the monkey, his ears might go up as he gets kind of happy. There we go. So we've gone from a regular face to a happy face. You can obviously tell that that's an emotion that is happy. So we'll go into the sad face version now. And so make sure you've clicked on sad, and now we're gonna basically turn that little grin upside down and make him sad. So if I bring these down, something like that. Again, it's kind of just playing around. Oh, he's already looking a lot sadder. Bring maybe a bigger section of this kind of down. Make his face a little longer, sadder. Let me bring these ones up a little bit so you can tell he's really frowning. Bring these back down a little bit more. So it doesn't really take too long. You just kind of play around with, or it shouldn't take too long, just kind of play around with getting a big sad face. And then the eyebrows actually, I think, already look a little sad, but I'm going to make them even sadder. I'm going to try and bring this one down. So those eyebrows are really sad. He's almost got like puppy dog kind of eyes. Maybe I'll bring these ones up a little bit. Aww. There's a pretty sad monkey. And then if you, kind of the same we did with the happy, I'm going to kind of bring the ears down. Maybe I'm going to rotate these down a little bit too. Something like that. There. Who would have thought I'd be trying to animate sad ears? There we go. That looks pretty sad. I haven't been saving, but make sure you save. So Control S is a shortcut. So now we've got the regular face, a happy face, and a sad face. And then when you do your project, you're going to also do a third emotion, something else, like I did the suspicious, but you could do angry or surprised or excited, anything like that. Okay. So now we're going to go back into object mode, and you'll notice that he just kind of resets back at the basis. So that's because we currently have the settings for these shapes at 0. So you'll see happy is at 0. If you go to the value number right here, and you can click and then drag in there, and you can see that you go from 0 to 1, and he kind of changes through that just like regularly when we animate things. So what we want is we want to set keyframes up for these faces to be changing as we want them to make a video. So first of all, I want the starting point to be the basis one. So I'm going to, at frame 1, make sure you're still at frame 1, which you should be, it's the default. At frame 1, you're going to go click on the happy one, and by value, it should be 0, and you're going to click this little dot, which is, it sets a keyframe. So you'll see you've got a keyframe set for that already. So at at frame 1, I want my happy to be set at 0. We're going to go to frame 50, and that's where I want my monkey to be completely happy. So with my happy face selected, value, I'm going to just click and then bring all the way up to 1. And then I can click this little diamond, which then sets another keyframe for 50. Then at 100, I want it to go back to the basis, back to no emotion. So I'm going to go change my keyframe to 100, which I just did, and then bring the value back down to 0 and set the keyframe there. Okay, so we've got the happy face. So he'll start at 1, he'll slowly get happy up until 50, and then he'll slowly go back down to regular. Okay, I'm going to now set the sad face. So at 100, I'm going to go to keyframe 100, and I'm going to click on my sad face, and I want to set that keyframe at 0. So I click that little dot, and then it changes to a diamond, but it sets a keyframe for the sad face. Then at 150, so I'm going to change my keyframes to change my frame to 150. I'm going to change the value for my sad face to make sure sad face is selected. Value up to 1. Click the little diamond, and you set another keyframe there. I'm going to change my frames to 200 because I want it to go back to being the basis face. So I'm going to change the value back down to 0 and set the keyframe. So you kind of get the idea. You change, make sure you're on the frame that you want to be, then you change your value to what you want it to be, and then you click the little circle or diamond to get to the, or to set a keyframe for it. So if I go back to the beginning of this, I should start at nothing, slowly go to happy, back to nothing, and then slowly go to sad, and then back to nothing. When you do yours, you are going to have a third emotion in there, but that's basically it for this project. What I'm looking for are having 3 emotions that you can tell what they look like, that things move smoothly, and that your mesh looks good, that you don't have it totally wild and out there, deformed or anything, but it should look like the monkey face is just becoming happy, sad, and then a third emotion. So make sure you save it, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this assignment.